So here's the deal. Nobody really likes doing business plans. They are boring, they are tedious. I mean, you know that there's going to be like 1 in 1,000 people who can not just stand them, but they love doing them. But the rest of us, is not a good, fun use of our time. But they are incredibly important, especially if you're a solopreneur, if you're in business on your own. We are often mistaken thinking this is something for the big boys to handle. We don't need a business plan at all. And I'm here to tell you that's not the case. And if you do have one, it is going to make a huge difference to your success. Now, yesterday I shared a story about how I started my online business with nothing. And the goal of sharing my journey was really to inspire you to start your one or continue on your one, make you realize that it is possible even if you're starting from scratch. But if you are starting from scratch, I think that the one thing you need to put in place before you go any further is your business plan. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can just be 1 page that covers the 7 kind of bullet points that I'm going to share with you today. So what I want to do is I want to run through the 7 key factors or key points that you need to account for in your business plan so that you can go ahead and get started right now. At the end of this video, you can go ahead and create it, and within the next few hours you could be ready to roll. So step number 1 is your business mission. Step number 2 is your target audience, or if you want to go a little bit further, your niche. The third option is your products and services. 4th, you want to look at marketing. 5th, your operations. 6, your financials. And 7, well, I'm just going to leave that to the end, so you got to continue watching. Yeah, I did it, but number 7 is the most important one, so I need you to stay till the end. So let's think about those in a little bit more detail. Your business mission. You need a reason for existing. Now, most businesses, pretty much all businesses, exist to solve problems. So that could be a problem that you're facing and you're recognizing that and saying, I need to make a solution for this. Or it could be a problem that you're seeing in the world for others and you want to be the one to solve that. Now, that could be a technical problem solving solution, such as creating a website for someone who doesn't know how to create a website. Or it could be through something like providing joy. Often we think that it has to be super technical, but building a community of people, bringing people together, especially around a shared passion or interest, is hugely valuable. And now more than ever, we're seeing how important that is. So it doesn't always have to be technical. You could look at what your passions, your skills, and your experiences are. Try and look for overlaps and create a solution to a problem that you know you can solve. And you don't have to be the best in the world at it to start. We all kind of suck in the beginning. It's a horrible truth, but it's an essential one, because you have to go through that sucky part in order to get the experience and the skills to grow and become an expert at what you do. And the thing to keep in mind is, as long as you know even just a teeny little bit more than the people that you're serving, to them you are regarded as an expert. So I don't want to hear that you can't do it, or you don't have any skills or no experience or none of that stuff. Watch my video yesterday. I started with none of that stuff either. So point number 2, and this kind of is based on point number 1, right? Who are you going to serve? Who's your target audience? And the more specific you can be, the better. You don't want to be talking to everyone, because when you try and put a message out there that is like, hey, I'm here for everyone, no one really hears it. If you want to serve the masses, speak to one person and be able to resonate with them, understand them in so much detail that you know what they're feeling, what they worry about, what their needs are, what their pain points are, what solution they are looking for, what they want their life to be like, and how you can help them move towards that life by solving a problem that they're facing. And that brings me to your products and services, which is how you're going to solve the problem, right? You need to be able to deliver a solution, and you can either do that through products or you can do that through services. Online services would be things like consulting or coaching or doing the work for someone, like website design or social media management, content marketing, that kind of thing. Those are all business topics. You could completely change that to whatever field of interest and expertise that you have. On the product side, if we're looking at digital products, for example, it could be creating a course, creating an ebook, something, a planner, anything like that. Maybe you put a recipe guide together if you're into food. It can really be packaged any way you like, but you need to have very clearly defined products and services. And those are largely determined by your audience and what they're looking for and what solution is going to serve them best. For example, say you are a personal fitness trainer and you're looking to start an online business right now because nobody can go to the gym because coronavirus has shut us all down, right? You could start with your niche being moms, new moms who are working from home. Now, what that tells you is that they don't have a lot of time for themselves. They're very busy and they need a quick, simple solution that they can do and that fits whatever their schedule is. So instead of creating maybe an hour-long workout, which you might do with someone in a gym, you could create maybe a 7-minute HIIT workout that you could put online, and you could create a little membership site or even like a little Facebook group, a paid Facebook group with that. And that would serve their needs because they're looking for something that is quick and easy and they can fit in and gives them a little bit of time to tone up and just really focus on their self-care. So again, largely determined by your target audience. Next, you have to come up with your marketing plan, and I want you to think about this in 3 different buckets. Your community. How are you going to build a large, targeted, engaged community? Not everyone's going to buy from you, so numbers absolutely do matter. Each number matters as a person. They're not just followers, they're not just subscribers. You have to treat them as people, and that's the whole point of community. You need to build these deep, meaningful relationships with people because people do business with other people they know, like, and trust. When you invest in them and you care about them, they will want to invest in you. It's like any relationship in life. Anyone that tells you business isn't personal, don't trust them. Business is very personal, and it's all about building those one-on-one relationships and then being able to scale it out. So you have all these social networks at your fingertips and you have the time right now to use them. So be getting on there and engaging. And once you're starting to engage, you also want to be delivering content that is valuable, content that speaks to their needs, content that shows them that you share the same values as them, that you can relate to them, that you know what they're going through. And of course, content that answers any objections they might have towards a sale, because that's the thing that stops people. We buy on emotion and then we justify with logic. So if you can answer all the questions that your customers are coming to you with, then you make it really easy for them to fall in love with you and realize that you're the best solution because you were there being honest and transparent and serving their needs before they even purchased, just by answering the questions that they had. And then, of course, there's conversion. A lot of the time we get into this mindset, especially on social media, and it's great because you are supposed to serve rather than sell. But selling is an important part. Businesses that don't make money are hobbies. So you also want to ensure that you are putting out content and links and sharing your products and services so that you even just give people the opportunity to buy from you. If you never promote your stuff, then you set the expectation that you're just out there giving free advice. And then the one time you do go on to promote, people get irritated because they're like, why are you trying to sell to me? They're mistaking you for maybe like a community page or a passion page rather than a business. So it's important that you manage those relationships and take the time to put out promotional content that does help convert into sales. Now, the next step is your operations. And like I said, a lot of the time, small business owners don't think it's important and they can just manage it all because it's just them. But setting yourself up with clear processes and systems and deadlines is crucial. If you do this in the beginning, it becomes a lot easier to maintain your business and grow your business and scale your business over time. I use Asana for this. It's a great project management tool. If you'd like me to create a video on how I do this, just let me know in the comments and I will be sure to do that. And finally, we have your financial plan because, of course, money matters, Businesses have to make money, and you have to be able to track that money and see that if you're investing in the right things, if you're bringing in the right amount of revenue, if you're hitting your goals. If you're not hitting your goals, where are those leaky holes and can you plug them up? So many times we spend all this money on all these different tools that we don't really need, but we think they sound cool or somebody told us they would be good for us. That's a trap we all fall into when we first start our online business. We invest in courses and products and tools, and we don't really need them. And so if you actually take the time to sit down with yourself, I call it a CEO day. If you sit down with yourself once a week and actually look at where you're spending money and make those decisions as you would in a big organization, then you will be able to stay on top of things, and you will be able to make smart, strategic decisions that are going to give you a return on investment. And of course, the very last, number 7, your mindset. I feel like mindset is the differentiator between success and failure. It's the one thing we don't talk about enough. We seem to always talk about mindset, but still it's never enough, because it really does make or break your business, especially when you're on your own and you don't have a team there patting your back, building you up, motivating you on the days that you just don't feel like doing it. And if you're working from home, it's so easy to slip and start spiraling. You know, when you have white space on your calendar, when you aren't doing things, and again, this comes down to the organization, right? Productivity. If you're organized, you're going to be productive. You know exactly what has to be done. If you don't have that in place and you're just sitting there thinking, looking at a blank screen, not sure on what to do next, guess what happens? Those horrible thoughts of doubt and fear and anxiety and overwhelm and I can't do this, what am I thinking? They start to come into play, and you have to do everything you can to eliminate those, because guess what? You never will. Those thoughts are thoughts that are going to come up for you every day you have a business. And as you grow, here's the thing. When I first started, I thought, okay, I'll be like this for a year, but then I'll just be confident and I'll be happy and I'll be easy. I'll never fear and I'll never doubt because I'll be a pro at this. That's not how it works, because you're always, every time you go to the next level, you're faced with new challenges, and they seem like bigger challenges. It's just that you're more prepared to deal with them. But the thoughts, they don't go away. They're still the same. So you need to be disciplined and have resilience and focus and grit to get you through that. And to me, the biggest things you can do to help with that is to instill habits, making sure that you're organized, being very disciplined, having structure in your business, and most importantly, surrounding yourself with the right people, people that build you up. Don't think that you can grow your business alone, because you can't. I made that mistake. I ran away. I didn't feel like I was good enough, or I fitted into the business crowd. They seemed so much smarter than me, and I didn't want to feel like a loser or like I didn't know anything. So I shied away from that, and my business just didn't grow. And I started to feel less and less worthy of even calling myself a business owner. But as soon as I started to really connect and engage and surround myself with other business owners, I realized that no one could grow a business alone, and they also shouldn't have to grow a business alone. And that has been a game changer for me, because when you do start an online business, a lot of people are going to doubt you. People that have never done it, they're going to think you're crazy. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to tell you should go and get a real job, and they're just not going to understand. And if you're already doubting yourself or uncertain, and you hear those external voices just feeding that thought process, it never ends well. So I said I'm going to leave it to last, because it really is the most important thing. You have to surround yourself with the right people. And this doesn't have to be difficult, right? Those 7 steps I just walked you through, it doesn't have to be difficult. Even if you just write them down on a sheet of paper, you need to get clarity. Once you have clarity, you have a clear goal and you have a direction that you can move towards in. And this whole thing, it doesn't seem so crazy. So I've been sharing these, that's my phone going, I apologize, should have turned it off, but here we go. I got to the end of the video, there's no way I'm re-recording now. And so if you like this video, this is something new that I'm sharing. I tend to focus a lot more on Squarespace, but since the coronavirus has happened, it got me thinking a lot more about people and how they could start an online business and the tools that they would need to do that if they've never done it before. And so if you're enjoying this type of video, let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments below. Perhaps consider hitting subscribe and the little bell icon so that you can be notified next time I post a video. But most importantly, if this is something that you're interested in, please take this action. It will make the biggest difference. Thank you so much for watching. Never forget, my friend, you really do have the power to change the world, one connection and one conversation at a time. Much love from my heart to yours. I hope we speak soon. Have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you again soon with another video. Now I gotta go answer that notification. I'm so sorry, it so rudely interrupted our time together today.